exploring the rolling fog, rising tides, and lighthouses of Nova Scotia. This morning we're at Joggins Fossil Center in Joggins, Nova Scotia, and they've got a nice museum here that you can pay like $8 to get in and tour. They say access to the cliffs are free. They've got this nice little circle here that you can walk around. It has a name. I don't know what it is. We'll get that later. Hopefully this is the access point to the beach, to the cliffs. Looks like the tide is fairly high. I don't know if there'll be much beach to walk on this morning, but we should have an observation deck down here. And the wind is blowing, so I hope the microphone is doing its job. So I'm here early in the morning. It's about 10 o'clock. They open at 10. And I would say, that maybe a little later in the day, you'll have a little better light. Right now, the cliffs are mostly in shadow right here. Don't know if tide's coming in or going out, but there is a little bit of access to the beach here. Yeah, I guess the tide's going out because it's wet up to this point. You can see how it's really layered. So a geologist would have a field day here. There's obviously a layer of solid rock, and then looks like eons of other deposits, and then another layer of fairly solid looking rock. Be funny if I found a fossil somewhere. I imagine these rocks down on the ocean floor here are eroded, so any fossils that were once there have been worn away. Pretty interesting beach to walk along. I left the, I think it's Joggins Fossil Center. Don't remember the exact name of the town. And I've driven like 40 miles down the paved road, and the last 10 miles have been on dirt road. And I've got another 4 or 5 miles to go. Somewhere out there in the fog is a place called Three Sisters that I'm trying to get to. So we'll see if we can find it and see what's there. There's been some pretty interesting views along here. Let's look at this bridge I just came across. These look like old Army Corps of Engineers bridges. Oh, water's fairly clear. When the tide comes in, I'm sure this fills up to where you can see the debris on the shore there. And you can see on high tide, the debris comes up right to the edge of the rocks here. Let's keep going and see what we can find. I drove 50 miles to get to this park. The last 10 or 11 miles were on dirt road, and here's what I'm faced with. I should be getting more video of what I'm seeing driving by. Well, I got here and it said the park was closed, the trail was closed, but there's nobody here to arrest me. So I thought I'd brave it and come on down and get some pictures of the lighthouse in the fog. Guess we've got the keeper's house up there on the hill. And got the lighthouse here. This is Spencer's Island Lighthouse. Let's see what we can see inside. Nice collection of paraphernalia here. Got a little campground here. That might be a good place to stay for a while. Well, this is my spot for the night, Parrsboro in Nova Scotia, and I don't think I could do any better. It's a gravel spit out by the water, and I might be able to set the camera up tonight and do a time lapse, and might be able to have some fun instead of parking in Walmarts. Got a little picnic table and shelter back here. So I'm gonna sit down, have a beer, and take it easy. Cheers to Parrsboro. And it was listed as a good place to park the RV. And of course, when I pull in, the sign says no camping. But we'll see if that's enforced or not. And it said be careful during new moons and full moons because of super high tides might flood the area, but it looks like I'm going to be safe here. And we're going to have a good night, I hope. Just hanging out, watching the sun go down. And there's a bunch of clouds kind of rolling in off the ocean over there. They have plagued me all day long. Every time I would get out to the water to try to get a picture of a lighthouse or something, there would be fog and clouds, and I get inland a mile or two and no fog, no clouds. So I don't know if that's coming this way or what that's going to do, but I think I'm gonna go get a picture of it with the camera because it just looks amazing. Now that fog bank we were looking at earlier is finally rolling in. It's rolling across the island there and out across the water on this side. The sun's lighting up the land in the distance, and the moon's coming up over there, but it's hidden behind the clouds right now. It'll pop out in a second. The clouds and the sun and the moon coming up. Some of the locals have come down here and parked to watch the sunset and to take a walk. Yeah, this is the money shot. My camping spot for the night, Parrsboro, Nova Scotia. Canada has a cookie cutter style of lighthouse. They're all short, square, like a little square teepee, not that tall. But this one gets its name, obviously, from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, This is Five Islands Lighthouse. And it's nice how so many of the places have these chairs and benches set up for you to come out and sit and enjoy the view. But it's absolutely beautiful area. It's quiet.
It is. It gets better when it gets up here. You'll get more. The birds are doing there. Do you see the head coming in?
This is not the ideal time to visit this particular place. It's neither high tide nor low tide, but we'll walk out, check it out, get some pictures of the lighthouse. Cute little pathway leading over to the lighthouse, and crab apples on the ground everywhere. Smells like apples. Well, this is a treat. Had no idea that you could walk up to the top of the lighthouse and look out. I guess the tide is still coming in. Might be going out. There's a lot of water there. I'll have to ask. I'm going to put the camera away for the climb down. Yeah, I don't care to go walking in the mud flats, but I'll take a picture of it. Looks pretty interesting. I guess it's mostly rock, but it's still pretty wet. Tide just went out. Pretty amazing. This morning we're going to be visiting the Grand-Pré. It'll be a short visit, just take a look at everything. But walking down the path and seeing the church come into view is pretty impressive. The view that you see in the brochures. As I understand it, this is a memorial to all the French Canadians that were removed back in the 1800s or something. The ones that moved to Louisiana and other parts of the country. That's a little bit of Canada's reconciliation to how they treated other people here, and there's other areas where they have memorials to the First Nations people. Early morning, I'm already huffing and puffing. They've got a path up to the top of the hill for the Grand-Pré viewpoint, and you might be able to see the church behind me there, but that's what we're going. to do is walk up here and get a picture, check out the view. There's a lot of wineries and breweries in this area. They refer to it as the valley, so I can see now why they call it the valley, as it is a low, fertile landscape. I stopped in at Lunenburg for a couple of hours. It was Sunday and full of tourists because the tall ships were in town. I found it to be the most RV and friendly city I have ever been to, so I moved on. I spent 2 nights in Chester because they were calling for rain, so I chose that time to get caught up on administrative things. I edited the last video and uploaded it at Tanner & Company Brewing after having lunch at a little cafe around the corner. This little bridge here goes across to a provincial park on an island out there. I didn't go check it out today because I wasn't planning to stay on a provincial park. They might charge admission or something like that. So where I'm staying tonight is in a little parking lot off to the side before you cross the bridge, a little boat launch area for the locals. It was listed as a good place to spend the night in the RV. Hopefully that'll work out. Nobody will bother me. Little boat ramp here goes right down to the water for people to come in and back their boats in and launch them. It's been a wet, rainy, miserable day for fishing and boating, so it's been a very quiet day. So I'm in Peggy's Cove this morning. I spent a day in Chester yesterday, 2 nights in Chester and a full day in Chester, just resting, editing a video, getting caught up on some things. And I got up this morning, drove to Peggy's Cove. Got here, I was one of the first people here. And I just sat for a few minutes to have some breakfast. And 3 tour buses pulled in, and then just dozens and dozens of cars. So now the place is swarming with people. So I should have got out and come to see the lighthouse first thing. Nice walkway leading up to the lighthouse here, but you can see after all the tour buses dumped people out, the rock is swarming with people. That's the tour bus saying, "Get on board. Let's get out of here. Load them up, people." I can see why so many people come to this place. This is just a beautiful place. The rocks, the cracks, everything about it just really lends itself to photography. Just a beautiful view. Got some nice swells coming in all of a sudden. And we have 4 tour buses in the parking lot now. So I thought people would be leaving out, but more came. That's all for this trip. That's a heck of a sunset. I had to shoot it out the window of the van.